Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. Alright, what have we got here? This is a ship that I actually got off a post on Reddit on single stage to take off. And so this is a downloaded craft, so it's not one I've made myself. It's got room for 7 Kerbals. I've only got one at the minute, but 3 in the command module and 4 in the hitchhiker container. It's designed for taking Kerbal into low Kerbal orbit, and like going to a space station or something along those lines. So it's got dump put on top, battery, RCS, Kerbal storage, basically. Air brakes. I haven't used air brakes before. Should be interesting. These have been set up to not do anything directional, and they're actually tagged in the action groups. So if I hit the brakes, they deploy, and if I take my finger off the brake button, they undeploy. So that'll be for when coming in to bleed off velocity. Everything below that is basically rocket. So basically an orange tank and a quarter, and of course all these things around here. These are all parachutes instead of nose cones, and there are drogue chutes and radio parachutes. So in theory, this should get all the way up into orbit and all the way back down again. So it's a single stage to orbit rocket. And what I want to use it for is to grab this thing. Franke's shipwreck. So this is going to be a rescue mission. The only question being when to launch. And I really don't have a good answer for this. Yeah, you can see that because this is east. That's the normal way I'm going to go. So the shipwreck does go the expected way around, so that's fine. So it's going to be a question of where do I want that craft to be when I take off, and I honestly don't know. Kind of arbitrarily, I'm going to go for what is approximately 45 degrees. I read that somewhere, I think, or at least that's my memory. No idea. So SAS is on, throttle is full, you're there, everything's fine. Right, let's go for it. Now, theoretically, I should only hit stage once until I start to come in. So we'll see how that goes. Because then I activate the drogue chutes. I'm not quite sure when I should activate the drogue chutes, to be perfectly honest. What I'll probably do is do a right click on them and wait for it to say it's safe. Then I'll do that. Certainly, given that it says altitude 3,300, I wanted before then. Right, let's go. Not the most thrust to weight ratio to begin with. So I'm going to wait until I get to about 50 meters a second and start heading east. There's a fairly short, fat rocket. So I'm probably not going to be able to do an actual gravity turn where I let the top heavy, the top bring it over. I'm going to have to, I think, manually control this as I go. So I'm trying to not be too steep and not be too shallow. away a little bit so it's not quite so loud. Yeah, so looking at the... So the idea is to look at the height. Try and get an idea of what angle I should be at for that given height. Try and make sure I don't, because I think I'm heading slightly south. Yes, there's going to be a fairly careful what's going on here. Because I don't have an awful lot of delta V to weight. You can see how much I've used already. I'm just telling Valentina essentially to go to stick to prograde for a little bit. This is about right. The question is, I'm now a lot further out. I'm out of the very soupy atmosphere. So despite the fact that I don't have a lot of fuel left, kind of hoping it'll be enough. But I honestly don't know. See, it's saying, still got over 2,000 left. It just doesn't look like it here. Part of it, I mean, I know that there's there are fuel lines going on. So this might not be as accurate as I think it is. So, Kerbal Engineer thinks I've got enough left. These just look really low, and I might not be accurate. Now, interestingly, according to this, I'm heading towards the back of... Alright, I'm going this way. I think I've gone too soon. I think I probably wanted to wait. Ooh. So I think I'm actually heading away from my target, and I actually wanted to wait a bit. So I want to go outside its orbit. Okay, so far so good. This is not terrible. Put that directly on the upper axis. Where's my thing? So, whoop. So just basically doing my best to circulate. Ooh. Am I going to get a reasonable? Because if I can get a straight reasonable 10 kilometers, it's getting worse as I do that. That's already getting me a reasonably good separation. How long have I got? Quite a while. Okay. I'll have some delta V left for manoeuvring, so it's not terrible. Am I currently out of the atmosphere? Not quite. As soon as I'm out in the atmosphere, I just hit apoapsis again on there, so I'll just reorient the. There we go. So now it's directly on the apoapsis again. All right, so. Oh, I've got RCS, so we'll move that. We'll use the RCS that I've got. Now, unfortunately, Valentina isn't a good enough pilot that I can just have her. Oh, I got the gear up. That probably didn't help. I can't just say point to maneuver. I actually don't have any of my pilots that good. I think what they actually need is a trip outside Kerbin's sphere of influence. I need to maybe set up a flight that goes outside Kerbin's sphere of influence, and like literally just out and then back again. Alright, how long have we got? A minute and 10 seconds. Alright. I don't know why it thought the ship was under acceleration. Possibly because there might have been the RCS firing at that particular second. I was doing that. Right. Countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ba-dum. Oh, it's so loud. I should probably check to see what the settings are to make it less ridiculously loud. All right. I really wish I wish she was good enough to follow maneuver nodes. It just takes it's that extra thing that you know I don't then need to deal with. But given the tolerances of this particular craft, I rather suspect that I wouldn't be able to add on like a computer core that would do it, or a KOS module, or what have you, without getting, you know, without losing a fair amount of delta V that I'm actually going to need. Alright, so I'm just going to manually keep an eye on that. I just have to keep an eye on like two things at once, and I'm not very good at that. Okay, I think that's going to have to do. All right, so very big question. Am I in fact going to have enough delta V left to do what I need to do? I do have a tiny amount of mono left, so who knows, eh? Right, it's going to warp to there. And part of the problem, of course, is that I wonder how much I'm going to need to deorbit. Could I have gotten a few more? I mean, if I'd flown more efficiently, I might have been able to get a better delta V and have more fuel and more delta V left over now. I guess we can but see. Well, I'm just going to stop the warp just now. And just see if I can. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be very cautious and careful. Rundersviz, that's not really telling me what I need to know though. The thought was, can I get myself Alright, let's go to target. Can I bring my velocity closer to being on the target? But what I'm going to do, actually, how am I doing for electric charge? Electric charge is the one thing I have no worries about. Right, we're going to warp ahead another 5 minutes. I suspect there are clever things I could do that would enable me to get closer, but I'm afraid I do not know what they are. Things are a bit slow. Ah, I'm doing that. monoprop. I've run out of monoprop. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, my distance is, what's my minimum distance going to be? 6.5. So I'm pretty close to okay, so if I'm going to do it, I might as well start doing this now. Oh, I wanted the exact opposite. So I've run out of monoprops. I've only got the reaction wheels. Okay, this has been 20 minutes thus far. So I think I'm going to actually leave the episode at this point. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. And we're going to do the next bit next time. So thanks so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you've been enjoying these videos. Come on, you can do it. You can find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter. And finally, reach for the stars.